What's up, everybody? It's Anita from AnitaAvalos.com. And the last few days, I think all of us have been feeling a lot of worry and sadness seeing the tsunami in Japan. And I know personally on Friday morning when I saw the news, it was very upsetting and then very worrisome because living here on the West Coast, they were telling us to brace for the possibility of a possible tsunami and high rising waters, and the beaches were closed. And I think when these natural disasters happen, we feel saddened and we feel very helpless and powerless in the situation and overwhelmed with how can we help and what can we do, and then adding into the worry about, well, is this going to happen to me or my family next, or in my community, in my country next, and how can I stay prepared and on guard? And I felt a lot of that on Friday. And I saw this post today on elephantjournal.com, which if you're not familiar with them, they have fantastic material. And I wrote the author's name down because I wanted to give her some props. Her name was Tamara Kerner. And she basically, in her article, which I will post the link for you so you can read the full post, she basically was saying, what can we do in times of tragedy like this? And her point was, we do what we can, and then we need to turn the TV off. Hours and hours of watching playback video of the tsunami and disaster really doesn't help to solve the problem or add any sense of relief to the issue. And I don't think that we should mistake that as being heartless and not caring. By all means, we're not saying to be, and I don't think that she's saying to be, heartless and not care. You can do your part of what you can do, whether it's donating money or supplies and reaching out in that way, or maybe it might just be offering your prayers or whatever your religious or spiritual beliefs are to promote healing in that situation. And then at some point you have to, turn off the TV and look away from those pictures and run about your everyday life being your own sense of positive change. And it starts with you and what your thoughts are and how you're treating the people in your life and how you are owning your own life and owning your own power in your own life and living your life with integrity and in gratitude for the blessings that you do have and for the life that you have today, because really tomorrow is uncertain and we cannot control it. And I don't always get to live perfectly by my own model. Like I said, Friday I was definitely upset and worried about what might happen, not only there but locally as well. But at some point you have to, shut off the worry and move on with some positive action in your life. And there are all ways that you can do these positive actions, and Tamara mentions them in her article, but just to reiterate, exercising and taking a moment to enjoy the natural beauty around you, appreciating your family and friends, and giving them all your love and all your care and support that you have now in this moment. Treating your body with respect, treating your environment with respect. Byron Katie, she's an author that I love her work, and she has a book called The Work. And she has this great saying. She says there's 3 types of business. There's your business, their business, and God's business. And your job is to stay in your business. And the first time I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so heartless. Like, how can I not care about, deforestation? How can I not care about natural disaster? Like, what do you mean I need to stay in my own business? But the point of what she was saying is that you can't really control those things. You cannot control the next natural disaster. The worrying, the anxiety, and the fear about it cannot control those things. And in terms of, I consider myself to be an environmentalist. That's definitely a forefront of my life, but I can only control really what I do in my everyday world. So I can add my positive contribution by where I choose to spend my dollar, the types of products I buy, going to the local farmers market, creating less trash, less waste, being environmentally responsible with the things that I personally choose to buy. And that is really where my empowerment is. I really can't control everybody else's decisions, or, definitely I can't control the government and I can't control these big companies. But by doing my everyday actions, I am making a positive impact, and by everybody else doing their positive actions, there's a spiral effect. And just even me informing you about health and wellness, and then you seeing that and you implementing change, and then sharing that information with somebody else. So basically, the idea of Tamara's article and Byron Katie's thoughts and what I'm sharing with you today is really all one and the same, and that is, you making the choice to make the positive changes in your world and in your everyday life on a day-to-day basis. Those small choices, well, they may not seem like much, and you might feel like nobody is hearing your message and there's no real big effect. There is a ripple effect. Everybody's conscious decisions and the way that they choose to live their life, the thoughts that they throw out there, and what they're focusing on, whether they're focusing on sadness or solution, really can make a difference. I truly believe that. And it was such a waste for me, really, to be caught up in so much worry that I felt initially on Friday. I really felt that it was a waste of energy, and perhaps I could have sent that energy in a better way, meditating or praying or sending positive thoughts to those who were injured and died in the tsunami, and sending love and peaceful thoughts that way would have been much more beneficial than me being wrapped up in the worry of what if, and caught up in that cycle. So today, my question to you is, whether it be the event, the tragedy in Japan, or just other things that you tend to worry and hold on to, or problems that almost seem larger than life, and you feel like you have no control over it, and it might make you feel helpless and powerless. What positive changes can you do in your own micro world that can have macro effects? The micro choices have macro effects as a collective. So what are some of the positive thoughts that you're going to focus on today, this week, this month, this year? And how do you think those positive thoughts will affect the world around you?